Worldwide Jess, worldwide mess.
On The Breakfast Club.
She's a culture shift.
She was able to get y'all to see something and understand something that nobody could get you to see.
It's time to set it off.
I have 3 great stories, so keep your conversations to a minimum, y'all, after this.
Yes, ma'am.
Diddy grand jury. So yesterday, CNN exclusively announced that federal investigators are preparing to bring accusers of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs before a federal grand jury.
What we have heard is that possible witnesses have been notified that they could be called to testify. The majority of the accusers who have filed these civil lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs have been brought in for questioning, and again, some of them being called in numerous times. We hear that many are cooperating and even handing over evidence that they feel could be relevant into this federal probe. Now, a spokesperson for Homeland Security did not respond to our request for comment about the presence of a grand jury, but they did confirm that this investigation is presently ongoing.
The investigation is now described as much bigger than his lawsuits. Also, an indication that the U.S. Justice Department is moving toward potentially seeking an indictment of Diddy. CNN also reported on what was found during the raid of the Diddy's L.A. home in March.
We are learning now that federal investigators are in possession of video footage that was taken inside of Combs's residence. We hear that these investigators have been contacting individuals that they have seen on this footage. One person, in addition to the accusers who have filed these civil suits, is a male sex worker. That is what a source tells me, and that they have been brought in. Now, when the raids first happened, we had a law enforcement source tell us at CNN that the investigation was largely based in sex trafficking. Now we are hearing that that scope has been widened. So that would include not just sex trafficking, but also money laundering and illegal drugs.
So you mean to tell me it's a bunch of people sitting around right now just waiting for their phone to ring because they in them tapes?
I'm sure. And I'm sure, and you know they got to be celebrities, because if it's just a regular person, they're not going to know who the regular person is. So I'm sure they're probably reaching out to celebrities, right?
What is on those tapes? And it's so crazy because Suge Knight told us Diddy like to be all up in the videos.
Just shut
So, what the hell is going to be on them tapes?
We don't know, but we going to find out soon. Okay. Tamar Braxton apologizes to fiance on social media. So she sat down with what's this guy name? I'm sorry, Carlos King. During the interview, Carlos called Tamar's fiance, Jr. Colonel Sanders.
Okay, let's talk about Colonel Sanders, honey.
Oh, no, don't call him that. Don't do that.
No, you know, but that's our joke. That's the joke. He's a nice guy. He's handsome. When I look at him, I sometimes crave for a 2-piece chicken, you know, thigh and leg with mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and a biscuit.
He do not look like that.
Horrible joke, because he's white. So Tamar laughed it off and they moved on. But after the interview, JR, her fiance, took to social media to express his disappointment. He said, "I can only be thrown under the bus and not defended for so much longer. I'll be Colonel Sanders and give you some chicken to eat with my story. Keep poking the bear." He continued and said, "A man can only take so much. I always want to protect, even when we aren't together, but stop allowing indirects to throw me under the bus. Your shade creates more uncertainty, and your people thrive on stating what you never say." Tamar responded on her story and apologized. She wrote a long apology, basically she was apologizing. She said, "I wish for the opportunity to give an apology and be forgiven for it all. In relationships, we take being forgiven for granted. It's a blessing to be able to say, I'm sorry, and see another day in the war of love and this together. No matter how much I feel like I was right, you felt wrong, then I gotta respect that. I'm not embarrassed for opening up about how I feel. I'm embarrassed of how I made you feel. I'm sorry." Now, what was interesting about this is I actually applauded her, gave her some grace for apologizing, because Tamar has a history of not apologizing, even to like her sisters and her mom, and like that's what I saw a lot of on family Braxton Family Values.
Yep.
Like she was like the victim a lot, and then she is a loyal person by far, but she just never liked apologizing and taking accountability. So I do like that she did that, and I understand how he could feel. Now, when this man start coming at people, they better not call him no racist, because he's like, well, I got your chicken, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't keep saying that.
Right, but
so,
but see, I understand with Tamar too, right? Because Carlos was cracking a joke, right?
Yeah.
And she didn't want to seem too mad, so she was like, all right, y'all stop that. But he probably took it like, yo, it ain't funny.
Yeah, and this has been the running joke. Like, they've been calling him Colonel Sanders for a while, and he's like, yo, like, that's not funny to him.
Right. Like, you my fiance. Hold me down.
Charlamagne, calm down.
No, Jess, that's funny. Especially when Jess said, I got your chicken, please. Imagine you call a white man Colonel Sanders, you black, and then he's like, I got your chicken. But then everybody get mad at the white man.
Everybody get mad at him. Everybody get mad at him. Like, what? Like, why when you look at him, do you crave a two-piece? Like, that was a horrible joke. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, my God,
So,
man.
and then a few hours later... so I guess he didn't respond or whatever. A few hours later, Tamar had posted white flag emojis and said, do whatever you want to do. I'm so tired. So then I guess that was like a reverse. Like, all right, look, I apologize publicly and nothing came of it. So I guess I'm not sure what he's saying now, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, I want to salute Carlos King, and I want to say Carlos King is the black reality stars, what Shannon Sharp is the black comedians. Those black reality stars go on Carlos King's show and just let the chopper spray and don't be caring who they hit.
But that's the thing. It is not up to Carlos. It's up to Tamar to be like, all right, look, I don't play like that. We're not doing it.
Stop talking about my fiance.
Yeah, and they said in the interview further, like he said, Tamar is my real sister. Like, all right, so then you know that she don't play like that. Well, maybe she do play like that, but this is a real man with like a problem with that. That's a running joke. He don't like being called that. So if you got respect for me, you my brother, don't play with my man. And make that known.
I want to hear that white man ask them black people, say to them, I got your chicken, bitch.
Yeah,
shut up, man.
That would be so
Stop playing with that man, yo. Stop playing with him.
Oh, man, let's make the T-shirts. Let's make the T-shirts.
I got your chicken, bitch.
I got your chicken, bitch.
All right.
Oh, that's Jess with the Mess.
Thank you, Jess.
Yeah.
All right, when we come back, Morgan Wood has your front page news, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. And, wait, and Just Fix My Mess. We're doing it next hour. So if you want to get on the lines, you can get on the lines right now. 800-585-1051. Just Fix My Mess next hour.
Wake that ass up early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.